Monday isn't the problem, your choices are. You act like Monday is some kind of punishment, but what actually scares you is waking up to a life that doesn't match who you wanted to be by now. Monday is just the first day of the week that reminds you of that. You call it the grind, you say you're tired, but deep down it's not exhaustion, it's avoidance. Because Monday exposes every choice you made when you didn't care enough to choose differently. You hit snooze on your alarm because staying unconscious feels safer than facing a day full of things you never asked for. You grab your phone because distraction is easier than direction. You tell yourself you'll start caring when your life gets less stressful, but you know the stress comes from never starting. You blame the routine, the work, the early alarm, but the truth is more uncomfortable. If you like the direction your life was heading, Monday would feel like progress. Instead, it feels like déjà vu, the same promises, the same disappointments, the same quiet panic that this can't be it. Look closely. Saturday lets you pretend that you're free. Monday tells you the truth. You convince yourself that you don't have a choice, but your choices are everywhere. You choose not to set boundaries. You choose to scroll instead of sleep. You choose comfort over change. You keep saying, I can't, when the real sentence is, I won't. You say you want to be better, but you cling to the behaviors that keep you exactly where you are. Don't pretend you don't know what needs to change. You know when you're wasting time, you know when you settle, you know when you're saying yes to the wrong things and no to the things that can actually move you forward. You feel that sting every time you watch someone else making moves that you were too scared to make. The dread you feel on Sunday night isn't about Monday. It's about the guilt of another week where you'll make the same decisions and hope somehow the result magically changes. Well, it never does. So ask yourself, where exactly do you feel trapped? At the job you outgrew years ago, but stayed because security is more comfortable than self-respect? In routines that drain you because you're too numb to challenge them? In a version of yourself that plays small because ambition feels risky? You've built a life that requires almost nothing from you, and that's the problem. Effort towards something meaningful gives energy. Effort towards something meaningless drains energy. That's why you're exhausted. You want motivation, but motivation is a byproduct of movement. You want clarity, but clarity only shows up after action. You wait for confidence, but confidence only forms from doing the scary thing when you doubt yourself. You keep waiting for a sign. Well, Monday is the sign. Every single week. Here's what you're scared to admit. Your life is essentially a reflection of the choices you made when you're afraid of making better ones. And if someone followed you around for 48 hours, they wouldn't need to ask you what you value. They would see the truth in those silent behaviors, the late night scrolling, the skip priorities, the settling, the sigh you let out before you step into work, the hope that someone or something will save you from having to make a decision yourself. Here's the uncomfortable confrontation. If nothing changes, then nothing changes. You think you're stuck because life is heavy, but you're stuck because you keep choosing that weight. So what happens next Monday? Are you going to keep telling yourself a story about how trapped you are? Or are you finally going to own the fact you're the one refusing the exit? You don't need to overhaul your life today. You just need to break the pattern of pretending that Monday is the enemy. You don't hate the day, you hate being reminded that you could be more and you're not. Not yet, but you could change that. Not through a dramatic reinvention, not through perfect plans, but through one choice, then another and another. The smallest shift repeated destroys the biggest rut. You're not powerless, you're unpracticed. So here's the truth you'll try to forget the moment this video ends. Monday isn't the problem. Your life is asking you to choose, and you've been choosing to look away.